Good afternoon and welcome to Havre Middle High School for the 2023 All-County Band Concerts. I am Jeffrey Winfield, the very proud supervisor of Fine Arts for Harford County Public Schools. I just lost my place, sorry. Okay, I know who I am. All right, I would like to take a few moments to thank all those who have helped make this concert process run smoothly. The Havre Middle High School administration, Mr. Brad Spence, principal, for the use of their school, the music teachers, Mr. Rick Huff and Mr. Josh Dill, for being our amazing hosts, the custodians who have been so very helpful to us throughout the entire process, from sectionals and rehearsals all the way up to the concert today. The HCPS Office of Technology, who is making an audio recording of our concerts today. The team from Harford TV for producing a videotape that will soon air on their network. Please join me in a round of applause for all of these amazing people. My sincerest thanks go to the dedicated and caring professionals who teach these students and spend hours coaching and supporting them from the beginning of auditions all the way through the sectionals and then even today. Let's thank our teachers, please. Finally, I would like to thank you, all the parents, guardians, family, and friends who have supported these talent students in receiving a well-rounded education that includes the arts. Thanks to all of you. Students, let's thank them. That was not okay. We're thanking them. Let's go. Yay. They can do it. They're pretty excited, even though it doesn't look like it. Our conductor, Matthew Dubbs, has been an instrumental music teacher in Howard County for the past 27 years. Currently, he is a director of bands at Burley Manor Middle School. Mr. Dubbs has an impressive biography, which I encourage you to read in the program. Now, please join me in welcoming Mr. Matthew Dubbs and the 2023 All-County Middle School Band. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. It is my joy and privilege to be here with you guys tonight, and what an amazing bunch of children you guys parent. They are super, super, super hardworking, talented, appropriate, and responsible young adults. You should be very proud, parents. The first piece we performed for you was Newcastle March, written in the late 1980s by Johnny Vincent. The next piece we're going to play for you is probably the most challenging piece in the program because the kids will tell you it's way harder to play slow and pretty than fast and loud. Appalachian Folk Song Fantasy, written by Anne McGinty, composed in 2000, is from the folk song The Wayfaring Stranger. The oldest recording of the song and poem is 1858. Wayfaring means traveling by foot. Here is the poem, or portions of the poem, excuse me. I'm just a poor wayfaring stranger traveling through this world below. There's no sickness, no toil or danger in the bright land to which I go. I'm going to see my mother. I'm going to see my father. They said they meet me when I come. I'm just a poor wayfaring stranger. So as you can see, it's a very happy tune. Here is Anne McGinty's Appalachian Folk Song Fantasy. The next piece we're going to perform for you is Force Field. Force Field was composed by Adrian Sims in 2018. We know this because Adrian Sims came to rehearsal yesterday and talked about it. Adrian Sims is a local composer. He went to Catonsville High School. He is a recent graduate of University of Maryland College Park with a double degree in music education and music composition. Adrian Sims is on the cutting edge of the band literature world. His pieces are being performed all throughout the world, and he's being asked to commission works, at least 12 pieces a year. When I was asked to conduct this wonderful honor band and create a program, I wanted to play something of Adrian's. And once I chose this Force Field piece, I asked Adrian if he might be available to come up and talk to the kids. I was amazed at how responsive the students were in speaking to a composer. And it occurred to me that they probably have never met one before. It occurred to me that they probably think all composers are dead. They asked all kinds of questions. Where do you find inspiration for music? When did you start? How did you start? He asked them questions. It was a wonderful, wonderful conversation they had. And it could have gone on much longer had it not been for a lunch break. Before the lunch break, he was actually able to rehearse the band on the piece that he wrote. And he was talking about the piece Force Field is about a scene in the Star Wars movie, and he was talking about that, and that was just unbelievable. When he said that he composed the piece in high school, you should have saw the look on these kids' faces. He started composing music actually in middle school. Who knows? Maybe the next Adrian Sims is on stage right now. So, in music, it's a very small community, and I'm blessed to be a part of it. But throughout my journey, I've met some amazing people. Adrian is one of them, and having that interaction with these kids with Adrian is something I will never forget. And in 30 years from now, they probably won't remember me at all. Hopefully they'll remember this weekend, but I guarantee you they'll remember the time they got to meet the composer. Before we play our final piece, John Williams' movie Adventures, I'd be remiss if I didn't thank several people. First of all, to the students. I've done honor bands a lot of places, and this is a special, special place. These kids have worked so hard for such a long period of time. I could not be more pleased of their progress and proud of them for their performance. Thank you so much for being amazing. Thank you to the amazing teachers who are here for every moment of these long rehearsals, supporting these kids, helping in whatever way, shape, or form they need to be helped, or myself needs to be helped, which my wife will tell you it's a lot of help sometimes. You have amazing music educators, and you are very, very lucky to have them in your buildings. Thank you to your wonderful music teachers. A very heartfelt thank you to Mr. Huff and Mr. Dill, who are our very gracious hosts in this beautiful facility. A very heartfelt thank you to Mr. Winfield, who is the supervisor of music in Harford County, for the invitation. I'm honored to be associated with such amazing people. Thank you so much. Parents, thank you. As a father of a 7th grader and a 4th grader, I know the driving, the lessons, the method books, the support, the encouragement, the presence, being like you're just being here, is amazing. Thank you for supporting music. Thank you for keeping music alive in the schools. Thank you for doing what you're doing. You guys are really the heroes of today. Thank you so much. Music is very unique. It's very special. And coming out of virtual school experiences, music is needed more so than ever. Kids, what do we say? It's a great band because why? Say a lot of your parents. Why? Because they're in it. Music is a place where the kids belong. It's a place of purpose. And more so than ever, that's needed. It teaches truth. It teaches beauty. It teaches belonging. And my experiences of my 4th grader and my 7th grader is music is needed more so now than ever. So keep that alive. Be advocates for music. Don't ever let them take it away. Be on the forefront of providing the absolute best education for the kids. And that includes exploring private lessons if possible. If you are not a very good math student, you get a math tutor to help you. If you are an exceptional music student, you get a tutor for encouragement and enrichment. These kids are exceptional. Explore private lessons if possible. I highly encourage it. They're ready for it, parents. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope you enjoy John Williams. I sure have enjoyed my time here. Thank you so much.
second half of our concert. That was like a elementary concert where they warm up, and that's the first tune. You guys were being a great audience by letting them know how amazing they were with those tuning notes. Amazing. Our high school conductor, Dr. Travis Weller, is an active arranger, composer, educator, and advocate of music education. He serves as the assistant chair for the music department and director of music education at Messiah University. Dr. Weller has a very impressive biography, which I encourage you to read in our program. Now, please join me in welcoming Dr. Travis Weller and the 2023 All-County High School Band.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
It is great to be in Harford County, and we've had a wonderful few days here, and we've got a lot of great music. And that first one, A Time to Dance by Julie Giroux, one of the most accomplished and celebrated writers we have in the band world, still with us. And there's two more that are rising stars, and their star is not yet set, but it's exciting to get into their music. And this next piece is one of them, Benjamin Yao, who is from Singapore. And he has set this Japanese folk song, Takeda Lullaby. And the story tells of a girl who's been removed from her homeland, and every day as she works in a different region, she's looking towards the mountains, because just beyond those mountains, that's where she's from. And it is simply a song of solace, and it is a song of comfort. And I think sometimes with music, and no matter what walk of life you happen to be in, music has a wonderful way to take us someplace else. We usually don't listen to sad music to feel worse. We take it to let it take us elsewhere. And so wherever you are is where you are. And if you find solace and you find comfort and some relief of tension as we play Takeda Lullaby, then we've done our job. in nearby Philadelphia, and I realize it's a big weekend for Philadelphia, and believe me, I would much rather my Steelers be playing your Ravens right now. You're welcome for that New Year's Eve treat, by the way. I'm not going to make it out alive. All right. Vincent Persichetti, he comes to us, and this is only his third band work and pageant. And it's a little bit of a misunderstood one because there's other pieces in the band world that are staples and they are cornerstone pieces. Things like a First Suite in E-flat by Holst, Lincolnshire Posy by Percy Granger, the Folk Song Suite by Ray Vaughan Williams, and there's other wonderful pieces that are out there. For me, this is one of the ones that makes the top 10 because it shows Persichetti at his best. This opening is a lush, beautiful piece of music where we get to hear the different colors of the concert band, and it's wonderful. But the second half of it is very much a parade, and sometimes parades can be a little bit chaotic if you've ever been to a parade. And having done the gig of 22 years of being a marching band director about an hour north of Pittsburgh, this is not my first rodeo with a chaotic parade. And what Persichetti attempts to do here is he gives us this grand procession, but whereas it was this wonderful, beautiful, like harmonically consonant opening, he definitely is going to jar your ears on the second half as he embraces tension. And at times he's pushing two different tonalities together at the same time, the whole way up to the very last note, which includes 4 different distinct chords laid over top. So if we get to that last note and you're like, that sounds really tense, it's supposed to be that way, and that's okay. It's a wonderful piece of music that I'm glad I can share with these students. And here's the thing, the first time I heard it, I hated it. I'm like, I am never doing this piece of music. And here I am, and this is the 5th time that I've done it with a high school honor band, because now it's one of those pieces that I absolutely love. Coincidentally, I'm also eating broccoli these days, so there's maybe a life music parallel in there somewhere. I hope you enjoy Vincent Persichetti's Pageant. It is great to see the next generation of wonderful wind band writers emerging, and I know the middle school, what a charge for them to get to work with and talk with Adrian Sims yesterday, from right here near Baltimore, and what a great young man with a great future. This next piece is another person right around Adrian's age, Tosh Copley, and he is currently working on his master's at the University of Texas, and he's studying with Omar Thomas, and he's delivering a lot of really great works. And this one, Halcyon Hearts, it is an outward expression of love and being in love. And there's a lot of good feelings and good emotional energy that this piece contains. Hope you enjoy it. This is Halcyon Hearts. I hope you've been enjoying everything. I really do. And it's great to come to these things and not paying attention to like phones and stuff. But I acknowledge that some of you I want a picture. We're here to help. I didn't tell the band I was going to do this, but they're going to go ahead and put their horns up like they're playing. Go ahead and put your horn up like you're playing. Percussion, just grab a pair of sticks or something and look like you're actually playing something, all right? Okay. You're going to get 3 in-action shots. So if you want to get it, now's the time. I have deep respect and admiration and appreciation for the directors who are working each and every day with both the middle school group you heard earlier. Let's give them another round of applause, why don't we, please? Yeah. And the high school directors. I know what it is. I did this gig for 22 years, and I know that there can be a lot thrown at you. And I've hosted events, and I've been a host, I've been a guest conductor, I've been a parent at these, and I've been a sponsoring director at things. So I see this thing from a lot of different angles. But I can tell you, first of all, Jeff, wherever you are, fantastic job with organization. Rick and Josh, who were the on-site hosts, incredible, making all that stuff happen, moving chairs, stands, equipment, all that stuff. And then you've got, listen, I've suggested some things to them. I've waved my arms, and you've foolishly believed I knew what I was doing. But the reality is, all the heavy lifting that has been done prior to this day is because your kid has a great music teacher who cares about them and is trying to do right by them. Now, a normal situation, I would probably ask the house lights to come up, and I would ask all the directors to stand. But as a director, I know we hate that. So here's the reality. I mean, just listen, seek your kid's director out after the concert, or if you miss them, send them a Starbucks or a Dunkin' gift card. I mean, so I've heard that goes over very well. But you've got really great teachers here in Harford County, and I just want to applaud them for all that they are doing every day to make this happen. To second Matt's comments, parents, it's not always easy, it's not always convenient. That kid comes home in 4th and 5th grade with that instrument, and you're like, when's it going to stop? And then middle school, you start to hear stuff like that, and you're like, okay, yeah. And then all the running to lessons and extra rehearsals start, and then you're at that point I really don't want to pay them more insurance, but that means I won't have to drive them to rehearsals, so that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and yeah, you should get your license, absolutely, let's do that. And how do I know this? Listen, I've got an 8th grader who plays trombone. I've got a junior in high school that plays horn. I've got a sophomore in college who sings and also plays euphonium. I've got another one. She's down at the University of North Texas and getting a master's in clarinet performance. How do I know that I'm an invested parent? Not counting my tuba, I have $23,000 worth of musical instruments on a State Farm personal items policy. I understand you. But the reality is, if we want nice things, we have to pay for them. And parents, thank you for all the ways that you are paying. the words of encouragement, getting them there on time, making sure that they've got like money for lunch when they're out, on a Friday night and they've got to get dinner at after halftime at the football game. Thank you for all those little ways that you are supporting your kid in their choice to be in band, because we need our bands in schools. We need them thriving. This is a group of people. Yeah, let's go. Bring that on. Because we are witnessing greatness. We are witnessing the ability for a group of people to come together, to put aside, they don't focus on why they're different. They focus on what they have in common. They're like, hey, let's work together. Let's encourage each other. Let's do something great in service to our school, giving something back to our community. Those kids get it, and that's why we need our bands and we need them to thrive. Because yes, they are making great oral art. They're making amazing sounds. But there's these other things that they are doing each and every day that is going to prepare them for life. They're going to have much kinder attitudes. They're going to be much more empathetic. They're going to analyze all these problems, and they're going to figure out stuff that you and I have been looking at for 20 years. I'm like, I don't know. I don't have it, I really applaud these kids. They have been a joy to work with. It has been my honor. It has been my privilege. Thank you for raising great humans who just happen to be great musicians. I really appreciate it. We're going to close with a piece I wrote for my dad. It's called American Visions. You'll hear My Country 'Tis of Thee. You'll hear it just done just a little bit differently. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. If you heard something you really loved today that made you excited, that brought a tear to your eye, man, you don't have to tell me. But please, you need to tell your kid. You need to tell your kid's director. You need to call or email your principal and tell them how positive this was and why it needs support. And you also, in short, we need you to tell the world. Please tell the world how great the kids at Harford County. Brag on that Facebook. Kids, Facebook is a social media platform that old people... If they're going to drag you, it'll either be on Snapchat or TikTok, just so we're aware. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being a great audience. This is American Visions.